we gotta talk about Ali Jr. real quick, bro. Now, back in the day, in like 2012, around that time, in high school, I was reading the Baki manga. I pretty much started reading through the entire Prisoner arc, which was fire, by the way, and probably one of my favorite arcs after the Pickle arc. But then came the Ratai tournament, and this was around the time when Ali Jr. had first been introduced into the series. Bro first appears looking all cool, right? He challenges Yujiro asking if he wants to see his new boxing techniques. So Yujiro ends up getting on the floor talking about, let's see what your moves can do against this technique, kid. And then Junior's like, bro, you already on the floor. I could just leave and say I won the fight, bro. Yujiro, he ends up getting pissed and he's like, this bitch ass And after Junior bounces, you know that he had that booked it like a motherfucker to be able to get out of the building that fast. Cause I mean, if you ended up making Yujiro do all this, Medicaid ain't gonna cover the damage you about to receive if you think sticking around is a good idea. But see, Ali Jr. at first was a really cool ass character. Some was out here boxing out monks and shit. I really thought old boy was gonna end up being one of my favorite characters in the series. Until dude turned into the biggest simp in the whole show. Soon as he got on that type of time and things started to go downhill for him. He started off feeling like hot shit. Even ended up whooping Doppo and Goki. Only for them to return and ask him to run it back. Goki was out here swinging him and body slamming him by his finger, slid his whole face down a tree. You ever had a bunch of splinters just sprinkled through the center of your forehead, bro?
No, me neither, but it ain't pretty, I'm sure of it.
Now, sometime later after a trip to the ER, he ends up asking out Kozue to have some coffee with him in a cafe. Oh, before I get to the next part, I almost forgot to mention that Jack, Baki's older brother, had also ended up whooping his ass in a parking garage a day before. Bro was out here tackling him, body slamming him, bro punched him in the mouth so hard he split his tongue open. Not to mention got one of the meanest stomp outs in the series. But anyway, while Junior is in the middle of his conversation with Kozue, all of a sudden Doppo starts tapping on the glass like, bring your bitch ass out the coffee shop.
Get your little punk ass out the car, Craig. This is the rematch.
Yeah, boy, the rematch.
So Doppo start taking off his jacket and he end up starting the match by kicking bro in the fingertip. And Junior's like, dude, I don't even have any gear on. And Doppo's like, fuck all that! And Junior talking about, but dude, like we already fought and I already beat you. Doppo start laughing at shit.
That's crazy that you thought I would give a flying who you fought. Run your hands.
So Ali start getting heated and he's like, alright, you know what, fine, we gonna run it back. But know this, I'm about to whoop your cycloptic discount Nick Fury looking ass so bad that every bald-headed motherfucker in anime gonna feel this work. Master Roshi, Krillin, Tien, Pilaf, Garlic Jr., Frieza, Spopovich, Yamo, Shiatsu, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, Nappa, Bucha, Dutch, Piccolo, Yamamoto, Ikaku, Saitama, and everybody else that I can't think of right now. So Dwarf Sagat ends up putting them paws on Junior and ends up whooping his ass even more. Bro sitting over there trying to hold in his tears like his mom just whooped his ass in front of company. Later on, Junior meets up with his pops in the hotel, and OG over here like, son, my nostrils have been detecting a bizarre smell lately, yet I notice it only shows up whenever you're around. What are you talking about, Dad? What I'm trying to say is, I could smell the bitch in your blood, and I'm gonna have to beat the bitch out of you, because no male within my gene pool is gonna walk around bitch made. Now start hitting the bag. So after busting up the punching bag and healing from his injuries through Baki logic, Junior now feels like he's ready to fight the him himself. First of all, he already messed up by constantly bothering Baki for a fight, and Son kept telling him, nah, I'm good, bro. See, the thing is, I'm training to whoop my pop's ass, and I done surpassed cats like you like 10 arcs ago, bro. Shit, you should have showed up back when I had orange hair. Not to mention, it's like, bro, you couldn't even whoop the homies, bro, and you think you gonna whoop my ass? Then to top it all off, Son tried to bag somebody else's girl, bro. You just don't do shit like that, bro. See, boundaries gotta be respected, especially when the dude that you trying to cut can easily origami your ass into a Kama Sutra pose. Even when he looks like you could sponsor his ass for 30 cents a day. But then the fight jumps off, Baki end up making light work out of his ass, even decides to give old boy one more chance to quit while he's ahead. Baki's probably like the nicest, brutal cat in that series, bro. Baki had this look on his face when he was asking bro if he wanted to quit. I don't know about you, but I don't think I've ever seen someone be nice with murderous intent in their face. But then Junior, being the dumbass he is like, nah, I ain't about to do the thing that makes sense. Then Baki's like, alright, ends up whooping his ass some more, kicks him in the balls for good measure, and ends up getting his ass in the rear naked chokehold. And he like, you know what, fine, if you don't want to quit on your own, I'm just gonna have to strangle the bitch out of you. And then of course OG Ali, not willing to just sit there and watch his son get murked, even though he would deserve it, but he decides to come in clutch. He jumps into the ring and ends up knocking Baki ass back with the strength of the civil rights movement. Then OG's like, yeah, it's my bad, Baki. I know my son a bitch and all that, but I couldn't just let you kill him. And Baki wasn't even mad for real. He was just like, nah, you straight, bro. I just took a punch from a legend, bro. Like shit, this is going in the highlight reel of my life, bro. I mean, no doubt your son is a bitch, but I got respect for you, OG. So then the match is over. Junior's out in the hallway on his knees and shit, and his pops just end up walking past him like, nigga, change your name. And don't ever let me catch your bitch ass at the next cookout. Kozaway shows up and she ends up telling him how she really feels about him. And she ends up letting him know that she's not into him in the slightest. Yo, son did all of that simping for old girl just for her to put in plain English that the love she feels for him is nothing close to romantic. But it's more like the love that a mother feels for her child.
Fucking whoops.
I've heard of being friend zoned and even being brother zoned. But dog, how the fuck you end up getting son zoned? Like, yo, it's one thing if a woman is like maybe 10, 15, maybe even 20 years older than you, and she ends up saying that to you, but bruh, you are in your mid-20s. Getting, oh yeah, this nigga like 25 years old trying to bag up a 17-year-old, by the way. And don't even try to come at me with that old, no, but the age of consent in Japan is...
Fuck all that!
Nigga, Ali Jr. is neither Japanese or from Japan, so that whole cultural difference shit ain't gonna save you. This nigga is radiating super senior energy like a motherfucker. But anyway, Kozaway like 17, 18 years old and she sees you as a child. Like, how do you even react to something like that, bro? Like, yo, bro went all the way to Japan feeling himself. Dude wanted to show off in the hopes that he'd end up stealing away some Japanussy, only to end up getting folded by her mans, who was both the main character and a clearly superior nigga. All just to end up getting told by the chick you was fiending over that she see you like a son.
Damn.
But then after all that, Ali Jr. leaves and we never see him again. And that goes for the anime as well as the manga. Dude doesn't appear during the Baki and Yujiro fight, the Pickle arc, the Musashi Miyamoto arc, the Sumo arc, nothing. Dude had potential to be one of the dopest characters in the anime, only to end up being put through a self-inflicted humiliation ritual. That's a shame. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Let me know what y'all think and we can chop it up in the comment section. Peace.